No. No. I don't think I'm just an actor, you know. I was also a producer on the film. Vince called me a couple years ago and asked what my thoughts were about possibly zipping back on this skin, and I said, "What do you mean? What are you thinking?" And he just told me that he had an idea that he wanted to sort of dive into, but wanted to make sure that I was, prepared to play this guy again that I've said goodbye to so long ago. And about 7 months later, he finished the script and called me and said, "It's done. I'd love for you to read it." Yeah. When Breaking Bad ended and I read that final episode, and the last scene is him just busting through the gates of his own prison, I had this idea that he would run off to Alaska and find himself in some small town, and who knows, maybe I'm right. Yeah, man, all of it was such an emotional ride. I mean, my character he's such a tortured soul, and he's been through hell and back multiple times. And what was the most emotional? I think the day that we were shooting, actually busting through the gates of his prison again. That was a long. I thought we were gonna shoot maybe just a couple takes, maybe from one angle. It was just an emotional toll. I mean, on the series of Breaking Bad, when we shot that final scene, we did 2 takes and that was it. And then here, there was a bunch of specialty camera movements and different angles, and it was a lot more complex. And so I was screaming, crying, laughing, all of that for a long time, and so that was brutal. All of it, man. I mean, really. What sticks out is just revisiting these old characters, these old friendships. When Matt and Charles, Skinny Pete and Badger show up on set in their clothing, when Kristen Ritter shows up as Jane with that black wig, and Bryan Cranston, showing up as Walter White. It's just, it's so odd, because so many years had passed, and that was beautiful. I mean, I haven't really aged. Yeah. I haven't really aged, so no. No. Yeah. I mean, I think it was when we shot the pilot, Vince, our fearless leader, just saw the chemistry between Bryan and I, and he thought it really played so well. And once we got picked up to series, his first meeting with the writers in the writers' room, he said, "I think the show has changed. I think we need to now keep Jesse Pinkman around. He's not just a one-off. Like, we gotta use him." Thank God. Because I would have just been, I would have been devastated to say goodbye so early. But yeah, my God, it's crazy how one thing can change your life in such a big way. A few years ago, a little over a few years ago, Bryan and I were having dinner in New York City. We were having sushi, and he was asking me if it was too early to do another project together? And I said, I think so. I think, everyone's gonna see us as, Walt and Jesse at the moment. Or we can go to business together. And he said, what sort of business? And I said, we should go into the booze business. He laughed, and I said, no, what do you think about Mezcal? And he laughed again. He goes, the one with the worm at the bottom of it? I'm like, yeah, we don't have to do that. We ordered a couple Mezcal drinks, and then that seed was planted, and then we just couldn't stop thinking about it. And then started traveling down to Oaxaca and made it happen. I think it's because people are rooting for the villain, So every audience member was rooting for the villain, the very bad man. He was responsible for so much blood, and people were either on Walt's side, some people were on Jesse's side at the end. No one was on Skyler's side, and poor Skyler was just trying to protect her family, that's it. And people hated her for it, which is just so sad, but yeah, it was our responsibility to just keep lifting her up and praising her and reminding her that it's not because of her. They hate her because she's doing such a great job. But the simple fact was, look, people are rooting for very bad people in the show, and so they don't want the person that's trying to do good to succeed. So, so to all you people that were hating Skyler, shame on you, okay? Shame on you.